I guess just the adrenaline and the focus, like you get so super focused and like just trying to nail everything, just having that kick when you're driving with 20, 30 other cars and driving over 180 miles per hour is pretty sick.
You know, you've been in a car since a very early age. Like, what was it that was your catalyst to getting into it? What was the thing that prompted you to get into it?
My dad used to race, mostly rally. So when I was 1 year old, he was driving around. I was with him in the races and looking. Obviously, I don't remember this, but I've seen pictures. And then when I was 2, I got my first quad already. So started pretty young. I was driving around on the quad with diaper on, and then motocross at 4, and then karting 4, 5. So it's always been a part of my life, but I've done a lot of different things in terms of sports, but it's always been motorsport. That's kind of what I've loved.
Would you ever stay with the bike route, or was that something you just never wanted to be doing?
I was doing motocross for a while, and then I had a big crash. So my mom said I have to choose between karting and motocross, and then it was pretty easy for me to say I want to go karting. So yeah, that's kind of how that career ended.
Wait, so you had the crash and she would let you keep going?
I mean, she would, but at some point I couldn't do both. That would take way too much time. So yeah, kind of had to decide. It was not really hard for me to decide karting. So yeah.
What was it about the 4 wheels? Was it just?
I think I was faster probably in the kart and then motocross as well. Just yeah, being on 4 wheels and sort of getting the perfect line and just doing those details was a bit more important in karting than motocross, I think. So
we saw this photo of you like racing.
Yeah.
Like, what's going on? Like, what is that like?
Yeah, I think I was like 9, 10 maybe less. That was karting on ice with some friends. We have quite a lot of winter in Norway, so we got to spend some time to do some type of racing. So we do like ice karting, ice driving with cars as well. So we stay busy.
What is that experience like relative to racing on an oval here in Nashville? Or
obviously quite different. Going mostly sideways on ice, but I think it's been a really good practice for me as well. Just having that car control, learning especially in cars, learning the weight distribution of the car when you're going sideways, where you're putting the weight. So like those things, I think is good practice. So anything you can get behind the wheel is, I think, learnful.
Did you ever try drifting?
Well, I guess that's kind of it,
Yeah, exactly.
like drifting. Yeah, we had like a couple of years ago, we were, me and a friend of mine, we were like side by side on ice.
Really?
Drifting, which is kind of a similar thing, but I haven't gone out like on asphalt. No.
Do you coordinate on like a radio when you do that, or is it just you trust him?
No, we just have fun.
Damn.
We just go for it.
Well, I would have crashed.
Yeah.
Let's talk now about the championship side of things. So obviously you just won it. You won it with Andretti. Like, what does it feel like, being part of this team in particular, like having them backing you and being able to do what you did this season?
Yeah, just coming over here, obviously for the first year in the US, a lot of new things, and the team welcomed me with the open arms, which was really nice, which made the transition as well really natural. So being a part of Andretti is pretty cool. It's a historic name.
Yeah.
And yeah, just also learning, as much as possible about the IndyCar, about the ladders. Yeah, like the young guys can be in the pit lane with the IndyCar guys and look and listen to the radio, how they work, how they communicate. Just that as a team, being able to learn so much within the team has been a really cool part of the season.
What about it maybe surprised you? Like, what were you not expecting about this, especially with the transition from the Formula Series to this? Like, was there something that stood out to you, other than the American culture and the drive-thrus?
It's not been too bad, to be honest. I mean, for sure, a lot of new factors, and just a completely new paddock for me. I didn't really know anyone before when I got over here, so just that is a thing you have to like get into. But no, it's been feeling really natural. Obviously, the ovals and those kind of things have been very new for me and something I've had to learn throughout the season. But no, it's just been fun and good and new experiences all the way.
What did you do to prepare for all the different tracks that you obviously hadn't raced on before? Was it just a lot of sim time?
Yeah, just a lot of hard work, to be honest. Working a lot with my engineer, Andy, to do a lot of prep work, because as you said, every time I go on track, it's a new one. almost. So a lot about preparation work, doing simulator, looking at data, looking at videos, and just trying to be on top of things before you're there. I think that's been a key point for us to get the championship as well, and always be quick when we get on track. So yeah, that's been good.
We've heard Dan Towriss speak at different points throughout the year, talking about like how the organization's moving forward as a whole. He was on the podium with you yesterday, speaking very highly, a lot of praise.
We produced a lot of race winners here, but still could not have predicted this result, the dominance from Dennis. And I think he showed a lot of skill here. And so we're really excited what happens on the next level for Dennis.
How does it feel having someone like that backing you in what you're doing?
For sure important, and being with Andretti this year as well has probably been probably the best year in my career and an important year for my career. So seeing the big boss saying those words up on the podium is really motivating. That's all it can be, and hopefully it will come to something more for next year.
Dennis didn't just win the championship, he dominated, securing 6 wins and 11 podiums out of 14 races. That's a 43% win rate. Talk about an impressive rookie year for the F3 champ.
When you look back at the wins that you had this season, is there one that stands out to you most important, either because it moves you forward, you saw something, or you tried something that you hadn't thought about before? Or?
I mean, there's a couple. I think we have a lot of races this year to be proud of as a team. The first race for sure was a highlight, just getting that first win and kind of getting a momentum into the season. I think Portland getting from third to first into the first lap was important. That was like a crucial championship moment, which made it feel good. And all the ovals as well, like the last race now in Nashville, trying different lines, being able to experiment a lot more now that I don't have to worry about the championship. I think that was a really good learning process for me as well, being so new on the ovals.
You obviously talked about the Formula 3 championship. Like, what was it like for you coming over from those series? Like, do you find that it sets you up for success here better than maybe some of the other drivers who come up through more maybe the traditional Indy route? Or
hard to say, to be honest. I think there's positives and negatives about it. I think one thing that I feel like I've learned a lot from F2, for example, is tire management. And I think that will carry with me into IndyCar if I get a seat there, for example. I think for sure, like not knowing the tracks and the paddock and the teams and how they operate is a negative, obviously, being in Europe and not going up through the ladder. So I think either way works, but in the end of the day, you just got to work hard to get before you get out there. But no, it's been feeling pretty natural for me. As I said, a lot of hard work getting on those new tracks, but yeah, it's been a good year.
There were a lot of rumors that were coming out this morning about Colton moving over to the F2 side. Like, any advice for someone like him going over the other direction? I mean, he's obviously very accomplished in general, so I don't think he needs a lot of advice, but.
No, I mean, for sure, it's gonna, like, if that happens, it's gonna be a challenge, I think. A lot of new tracks, and the tires are very different over there, so I think there's gonna be a lot of work in the preseason to get prepared. But it's not like it's an impossible challenge for him. So yeah, that would be interesting to see how it would go.
That would be. We'll find out soon.
Yeah, I guess so.
What do you hope for out of next season? Like, we obviously hope to see you in IndyCar, but like, what do you want that season to be in terms of like how you think about your career and where you're going with everything?
I mean, like in the most optimal scenario would be I get a whole season and I'll build up the season and get better and better throughout, and get better on the ovals. I think I still have some things to experience and learn there, and have a good year. Yeah, just have a good year, rookie year. That would be amazing. But I'll take one thing at a time and try to get a seat first before we go there. But yeah, for sure that would be a dream come true if I ended up on the grid next year.
At the time of filming, Dennis had his sights set on IndyCar, but didn't have a full-time seat. Lucky for him, dreams really do come true, with Dale Coyne quickly announcing a contract for 2026. So, will Dennis dominate IndyCar like he did Indy NXT? We can't wait to find out.
This year, if you had to sort of sum it up, looking back on everything before you tune out for your break, what's your reflection been as you've been sitting and letting it soak in, if you've had any minutes to do that?
I mean, it's been a really good year. We got 6 wins, 7 poles, and to do all that with Andretti as well has been a privilege. So yeah, just soaking it all in and still processing it. But I think, yeah, a lot to be proud of this year.
Yeah. Well, congratulations again, and thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
If you enjoyed this video, then be sure to check out our full playlist and to subscribe to the channel for more racing content just like it. Thank you, and we'll see you in the next one.